y'all. Not my messed up hair, but this Bible verse. I was just thinking about this today, and then I stumbled across it. It's in Romans chapter 1, verses 18 through 21. Let me just read it real quick. It says, "For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of man, who hold the truth in unrighteousness, because that which may be known of God is manifest in them. For God hath showed it unto them. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen." So we're saying because of nature, like nature is like such a big evidence that God exists. Like how can you not believe God is real when you look at how the plants and the animals and the trees and everything just coexist and it needs one another. Like everything's connected and it's deeper than just what we see on the surface. Like when you talk about DNA or like cells or like what's that called, photosynthesis with the plants, or like how our organs and in our bodies, like everything just coexists, and like looking at how complex everything is and how everything is just together and needs one another, how could you not believe God is real, right? Because that which may be known of God is manifest in them, for God hath showed it unto them. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. You have no excuse looking at all this stuff. Either you just ignorant, or you ignorant to how everything is and coexists and all that stuff, or you just stupid and you just wish you ignore his Godhead and his existence, because you know if he really does exist, then you have to take more accountability for your life and your actions, and he calls you to a greater purpose that a lot of people just don't want to take out the time or the work to do the things they know they need to do, so they find excuses. It says right here, so that they are without excuse, because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God. Like some people like I've heard people say, "Oh, if God is real, why is there so much bad stuff on the earth?" Or they'll say God's not real, but then they'll turn around and they'll blame God for everything. And it's like either he's real or he's not. If you don't believe God's real, how can you sit there and blame him for stuff? But anyway, they glorify him not as God, neither were thankful, but because vain, but became vain in their imaginations, and in their foolish heart was darkened. You know, when we praise people that's got money or fame, or they look beautiful, or you know what I'm saying, they got power or something like that, it's vain. Like all that's gonna go away, and like we're gonna go away too. So it's like we're not holding on to none of this stuff. So that's what it means when it says became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. After so while, the Bible talks about God giving people over to a reprobate mind, a mind that doesn't care, a mind that's not trying to seek him, a mind that doesn't want truth, a mind that's just so caught up in what's going on now in the present. And so eventually, like, God is not going to force you to walk right. He's not going to force you to seek him. He's not going to force you to be a good person or try to achieve anything in life. Eventually, he's gonna give you hints, like he was saying, like nature is such like a big. How can you not? How can you think something came from a big explosion and out of nothingness all this just came? And it's prideful. It's foolishness. But yeah, he'll send people your way. He'll give you thoughts in your head. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you have to choose. You have to make a choice, because he's not gonna force you. At the end of the day, everything is about the glory of God and his love. I think that's the main thing that we overlook is how much he loves us. When you love someone, you want that person to love you back. You don't want to force that people, even though a lot of people do. Will try to do good things, or they'll try to force someone. Some people are even abusive will try to abuse people into loving them or tricking people into loving them. But love is unconditional. Love, when you really love, we don't love. See, we say we love people, but love is unconditional. Someone could do something to you one time or say something that offends you one time, and then you be like, oh, I'm done with that person for good. But that's not love. Love is patient, kind, and long suffering. That's what God is. God is love. So I just wanted to give y'all something to think about. I was gonna read some of this stuff that Google AI picked up, but I pretty much covered everything. Let me see. Yeah, God has made it plain. Visible qualities. Essentially, the verse highlights that people are held accountable for suppressing the knowledge of God, which is readily available through creation. They are condemned not for not believing in God, but for their actions of suppressing and discrediting the truth about Him. There's a lot of scientists out here that spread lies, and for a long time as a kid, I was growing up thinking that there was no evidence. I heard several scientists said there's no evidence of the Bible being real or God being real, but it's literally thousands of different archaeological finds that back up the Bible. When you look up at the fact that no other no other writing that we have is spot on when it comes to like geographical locations of different cities that still, a lot of them still exist, and the ones that don't exist, a lot of them has been found and been excavated. So I seen an article a long time ago when I was reading about the Dead Sea Scrolls. I think when I was in prison, it was a belief that the Philistine Empire never existed, and so therefore the Bible was discredited because it was making up stuff. But that was found out to be false too. So there's evidence all around, and if you still don't believe, you just really need to be humble, have a heartfelt moment with God, and just like, God, look, if you're real, show me you're real. Show me how to live for you. Show me what I need to do. If you're really real, show it to me, and He will. One of the first things I did when I caught my case and I ended up getting locked up, I was sitting in the holding cell, and I realized it was a humbling moment because I think a week before that I was oddly enough, the dude that I shot, him and some other people, we were sitting talking about being locked up and stuff like that. And I've always had close calls because I was out there doing some stupid stuff, but I ain't never really been locked up. So I was just joking. And at the time, I was really kind of trying to seek God. At the time, I was kind of reading my Bible, but I was also still doing crazy stuff. I guess I wasn't moving fast enough for God. But one of the things I said was, yeah, that'll never happen to me. I'll never go to jail. Because I was really kind of like slowing down. I had my kids, I think my oldest son, and I think my daughter was on the way. And so yeah, I was like, yeah, that'll never be me. I'll never get locked up. Boom, got locked up that week. And it was just a humbling experience. And the Bible talks about when we come to God, we have to be humble. So I was sitting in this cell and I was thinking, I was like, man, God, I was like, I know I don't deserve your help, but if you would just help me out and show me that you're real, from this day forward, I don't care how many times I mess up, I'm going to live for you. I'm going to fast, I'm going to pray, I'm going to do all that. And I meant it too, because I was, at that point in my life, I was suicidal. I went through a lot, and, losing my dad as a kid and going through baby mama drama and everything else, losing friends and falling out with people. And sometimes when you grow up, you look at your family like they the world, and I've been let down by a lot of them. And now I was dealing with like internal deals too, like anxiety and depression, and just like just having a poor self-image. I was going through different things and with different people, and it just kind of made me look at myself like I was lesser. And so I was going through a lot. And yeah, when I had sat down and I had that heart to heart moment with God, instantly, like He started showing me different things. I was going through different situations while I was in jail, and by the time I got out, like I had read the Bible all the way through 3 times. I didn't necessarily believe in God in the moment, and when I got locked up, but I was trying to kind of read the Bible, like I was saying, and I ended up preaching to people, and while I was locked up in county, and just really dug deep in the Bible, and was like reading these other books on the Bible, and man, I was fasting, like people's lives was being changed, like God was using me to talk to people, and just seeing people's lives being changed, and God using me, someone who was going through a lot, and just had a poor self-image, and it really showed me that God was real. My kids got taken away, and a miracle happened with that. uh, Man, it's just a lot. But I mean, if you really don't believe, there's plenty of archaeological facts. There's plenty of people that had their life changed. Some of y'all may have know people that was just really out there in the streets, just really going hard in the streets, and then went to church and gave their life to God, and they're a totally different person. I know I've seen it a few times in my family, and I'm talking about it's night and day. It was like a totally different person, and so yeah, man. And then I don't know. Well, I ain't even getting to that, but yeah, man. This is your wake up call right here. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you don't believe, don't take nobody else's word for it. Because like I said, I didn't believe that there was any evidence in the Bible when there's a lot of evidence of the Bible being real. And so just find out for yourself. The Bible says the day you seek me with all your heart is the day you'll find me. And God's not a man that he should lie. Neither the son of man that he should repent. So, you know what I'm saying? Just seek him for yourself. You'll find out.